So what if one of the best Leica lenses ever made for the M system was not a 35 or a nifty 50? Wide angle lenses, I feel like they don't get the attention they deserve. So imagine a lens that just absolutely crushes it at street photography, event photography, travel photography, handles low light like a champ, but then can also isolate a subject like a portrait prime lens. Too good to be true? Well, it's real, and it's hiding in the Leica lens light up in plain sight. Today we're diving into the Leica Summilux-M 28mm f1.4 spherical lens. This lens is unique, this lens is overlooked, and it's arguably the best lens that Leica's ever made. So at 28mm with an f1.4 aperture, this is an ultra-fast wide-angle lens, giving it the name Summilux from the Leica lexicon. It's got spherical design elements in this, giving it some sharpness that is somewhat unexpected, especially out of a lens this fast. It's got the standard classic Leica build. It feels like a tank, but it's not cheap. In fact, I just checked the prices at B&H Photo, and it came in at $8,550, something like that, which is just insane. But at the same time, it's worth every penny. Let's explore further about why this is such a game changer. So Leica's first lens lineup was the 35mm, the 50, the 90, and the 135. And it wasn't until 1935 that they first introduced a 2.8cm or 28mm lens. And it wasn't until the introduction of the M4P rangefinder in 1981 that they had introduced the 28mm frame lines into the rangefinder. They barely squeezed it in just then. So we're talking 1980s, really 45 years ago. So it wasn't really until the M4P 1981 that it really seemed practical to even integrate a 28mm lens into your kit, which is why I think the 28mm just hasn't been adopted and getting as much attention as I think it deserves. Now, why is it the best lens? It's the versatility. For photojournalists and street photographers, this thing is a dream. For documentary photography, super versatile. It can handle low light photography. It's got zero or almost minimal distortion. It's got that wide angle view, right? So it captures all of the action without you missing much. It's a great focal length for zone focusing, and let's not forget the build quality on it. So this lens competes with my 35mm FLE, and simply just because of how beautiful it renders. In fact, in some ways, it outperforms the FLE in some optics tests. Believe it or not. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Scott, and I'm based in Santa Cruz, California. I've been a photographer for over 25 years, and this channel is about all things photography. If you're a Leica shooter, then you're familiar with the M system. It's discreet, it's professional grade, top tier, it's unassuming, and it's super compact. But of its long list of lens lineups, there's one lens that just doesn't get the attention it deserves, and that's the 28mm Summilux f1.4. This lens was first released in 2014. It was a special edition. There was 100 done. It was for Leica's 100th birthday. That lens was done in silver. Later into 2015, they did their regular launch of the lens in a black anodized color. And I believe it was pretty hard to get even in that first year. You were lucky to get your hands on one. So what is it that makes this lens stand out in a sea of Leica lenses out there? Well, this is the only 28mm lens that they make that has an f1.4 aperture. So it gathers so much more context in the frame, yet it has a shallow depth of field like a 50mm when shot wide open, giving you that rare combo of wide angle coverage yet a f1.4 shallow depth of field. Most wide angle lenses are like a 28 are going to be f2 or slower. So this one lets you blur backgrounds like a 50 while keeping so much more in the frame. It's got an incredible optical design, including floating lens elements, which result in a distortion, barrel distortion of 1% or 1.1%, which is insane for this type of lens. This lens has character unlike any other 28 I've ever seen. It's got this creamy bokeh kind of vibe to it. You can call it like a dreamy rendering or whatever you want to call it. It's got this it's a dreamy rendering, okay? I'm gonna use that word. but it's just like the bokeh is like creamy, the fall off and lens fall off is not distracting, it's nice and smooth and even. It's compact enough to feel really good in the hands. I did say in another video review comparing the 28 to the 35 and to the 50 as far as which lens you might want to start with, which one next. I'll link that video up here for you. It weighs about as much as the camera itself, but there's really, for a 28 at f1.4, there's really no other lens or anything like it that like really has that balance between character, performance, and weight. Photographers are creatures of habit. Most gravitate towards the classic 35 or 50 millimeter focal lengths. They're the storytelling lenses, and they're easier to compose with, they're less prone to distortion for portraits. The 28, well, you have to get a little bit closer to your subjects, and that can be intimidating if you're doing street photography, especially if you're just starting out. And then of course there's some rangefinder blockage when using this on most of the, especially some of the older M bodies. It's got the standard minimum close focus of 0.7 meters, so there's no surprise there, but there is the newer modern Summilux-M that was just released. It's not a macro, but it does have that close focus ability. Then there's the price tag at over $8,000 new if you buy new. That's a huge investment, and you can get a f2.8 Elmerit for a fraction of the cost. I picked up this lens just over 5 years ago from Leica store San Francisco and Camera West. I bought it used from them, but I felt really comfortable going through that store. Those guys are really trustworthy, and they hooked me up with a lens that to this day still serves me as like my go-to. Optically, this lens performs its best at about f1.4. Actually, I think it's 0.48, something like that. But seriously, at 1.4, shot wide open, this lens is just so cool. The bokeh, the fall off, everything I've mentioned before, the lens performs extremely well at f1.4. It's got sharpness where you want it, definitely around the center, and impressive sharpness on the edges, yet it's got that Leica pop. It's just it's not too sharp, it's not too clinical, but the micro contrast is there. I think that's what's really important with this lens. It's amazing. If you were to pair this with, like, let's say a 50 millimeter lens, that would just be an amazing two lens kit. Shot with this lens for, like I said, over 5 years. I brought it to workshops and several content trips from Jackson Hole, Wyoming to South Dakota. It just really changed how I see the world. I really love using this lens. It's a perfect combo, a perfect pair with the M monochrome cameras. The M11 monochrome is what I'm currently shooting with, and I've used it with the M10 monochrome as well. It's just absolutely insane. So you're still not convinced? In a world of autofocus and zoom lenses, I feel like this lens forces you to get close. It forces you to stay present. And when you do, it rewards you with those images that just scream Leica magic. It's more than just a tool, it is an experience. So there you have it. The Leica M 28mm Summilux lens is unique, not only for its speed, but for its rendering. It's overlooked because of its focal length basis, but it's the best lens and it's unmatched in its versatility for the M system. If you're a Leica enthusiast and you're looking to just add something somewhat unique to your setup, this is the one. So what do you think? Have you used this lens before? Drop a comment below and let me know what your thoughts are. If you like this, hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching. Until next time, stay curious and keep clicking.